Good evening and welcome to Scrapping on the Fly. My name is Kristen and I am here with day 11 of 30 Days of Sketches with Christy's Beautiful Life, who is in collaboration this month with the Scrappy Sisters and Laura Alberts and Scraptember. So this is the sketch for day 11. And there are 4 pictures. It looks like they are 3 by 3, and a wreath, a title, and some journaling in the middle. And today, the prompt for Scraptember is to use enamel dots or Nuvo. Spoiler alert, I do not have enamel dots or Nuvo, so I believe I'm going to use a couple different colors of Stickles and an off-brand Stickles. When I get the page completed, or at least to that point, then we'll see what would look better. I do have like gemstones and other things that are similar to enamel dots, but not exactly. The ones that are more similar are little dots that I got from the dollar store, and they aren't always the right color schemes for me, so we'll see. So I have my little thing printed out, and I'm gonna put that there for my eyeballs just in case. And I have 4 pictures. Now my pictures are 4 by 4, and I have already matted them. So if you can't tell, they are actually pictures of some layouts that I've created. And these were new techniques and new things that I had tried. I had been inspired from scrapbookingwithanemarie.com and decided that I would try some new things. And so these are the 4 I'm going to scrapbook. So they're a little bit bulkier on a wreath form. So the placement for the pictures will be different for me because of that. So what I'm going to use as a wreath, I cut out on my Cricut. I thought this was fitting because the pictures that I'm using are all scrapbook pages of the beach. So I wanted to incorporate this. And so I cut this out on my Cricut, and it actually says beach in the middle. But where my pictures are going to need to go, it won't fit. So I am going to hold on to this because I could totally use this if it doesn't get torn up somewhere. I'm going to put it in my little beach box, and hopefully it doesn't. So the other thing that comes on this cut file is this, I almost said moon, sunshine. And it also has like a bunch of little seagulls, and that's lovely. But I cut it out in a khaki color, and I did not want khaki colored birds. So I can totally make anything the color that I want. I used markers, some zig markers to color the green and the brown, and I used an ink pad of white and gold to turn this into a little bit more of a sandy color. I don't have a sandy colored paper. It's something I need to invest in next time I'm at the store. So now that I have put the cut file down, I'm gonna use my double-sided tape to put it down on the white cardstock. And I use enough to where it can be lifted in places if I want, but also so it's not gonna come up off of the paper. So after I went to all the trouble to use the gold and white ink pads to get the sandy color, I realized after I start placing the pictures that they pretty much cover that whole area. So, but that's okay. I would rather have it just in case there are little bits and pieces that are showing, I would want them to be in that color. So these pictures, like I said, are of scrapbook layouts that I have created since I began on scrapbooking with annemarie.com, as well as on her original Facebook group, I think it's called Scrapbooking the Day Away. I get on it so quickly that all I type is scrap and it automatically shows up. So she and the group of people on there were always very encouraging about trying new techniques. And so one of the techniques that I tried was on some of these layouts is using the scraps from my pictures. And I had a ton of beach scraps, and so that's what I was using. So I have decided here that I am going to put this orange Stampabilities stamp around the outside of my sun to make it stand out, as well as give it a little texture. I also put it up on foam so it would add a little dimension to my page. I don't know what I'm saying. Like, I'm talking because I think I'm telling you at this point all the details about these pictures and how I had all these leftover scraps from 10 years of going to the beach with my family. Of course, I'm nowhere near done with the pictures, but just in the ones that I have completed, there are all these little bits and pieces of beach, you know, the sand and the ocean and the sky and stuff. So I took all of those and I laid them out on these pages, and the entire background of this one on the right is completely pieces of my pictures, like scraps from the pictures that I'd cut off. The one on the left has little strips that were left over, like if I cut an inch here or half an inch there. And the picture on the right is the picture of 2018's trip, and it is the last trip we took with my dad, so it is my favorite. And then the one on the right, or the left, is the funny picture. And then the other ones are just pictures from where I had scrapped. Like that one right there is of my best friend and my son. But the word beach and the word vibes are created with the leftover pictures as well. I cut them out on my Cricut, and I put the picture strips that were leftovers down and made those words with that. And on the other picture I was showing you, I did tearing for the first time. Paper tearing is something I've never really done much of. And so that's why I was documenting that one as well, because it was another new technique that I had tried because Anne-Marie suggested it. And while I was really nervous, I went ahead and did it, and I love the way it turned out. And I do paper tearing all the time. So, pardon my barking dog in the background, although she's just growling at this point. No, there we go. So then, of course, here I'm fighting with the dang double-sided tape. It likes to give me grief right when I don't want it to. And putting those pictures down, I did leave the top part of the bottom pictures loose so that I could tuck some things in, because I'm going to pull out some shell stickers and embellishments to add to this page. So now I'm just trying to find the right things to put down, and I found this really cute what I was originally considering to be my title, that says something about, I should have it in front of me instead of being outside walking my dog while I'm telling you all about this. Oh goodness, I'm just as scattered doing the voiceovers as I am doing the videos in the first place. So the little scrap strip says something about, I'd like to teach the world to scrap in perfect harmony, I think. And so I thought it was super cute and super perfect for this layout. So I matted it on the same watery paper that I used to mat all the pictures. And then I inked it with a blue, I think it's called Star Spangled Blue from Close to My Heart ink pad. And look, I'm talking faster than my little hands are moving. So I ink that up and then I tuck it in right above the two bottom pictures. I felt like that was the best place for it. And like I said, when I originally put this down, I thought this was going to be my title. I, however, forgot that I had found the perfect title that I will use up in the top left corner here in just a few minutes. So there I am, tucking in this little, it's just like a cut apart from a big sheet of scrapbooking quotes and phrases. And I'm considering at this point that I'm going to put it up on foam, but because it was dipping a little bit, but then I remembered that I'm putting it underneath a little bit of the bottom pictures, and I don't want that lift on the bottom pictures. So I quickly, or not as quickly as I'd like, decide that that's not the best option. And so I end up putting it in there just with some double-sided tape. Oh, I'm inking it right now with my new Close to My Heart ink pad. I got this from Marketplace and I didn't realize it was in the stuff. And when I opened it up, I was so excited because the ink pads, they're 4 different colors. They still work and I was super excited. I like getting new colors. That's why I bought that little mini set of the Stampabilities from Hobby Lobby. So now I'm going to start embellishing with some different ephemera and stickers that I found. Oh, sorry, I was peeling all the sticky off the back of the sunshine. I've got some starfish and some different stickers of shells and things. I've got so many shells. So none of them really worked out well on here. There were a few small ones that I used, but for the most part, they are just going back in my stash. I've got more beach pages to do. One set has like orange on around it, and that doesn't fit. I didn't need that palm tree. I already have 2 big palm trees on my page. And then this sticker is like a thick one, and it's the last shell on that page because it looks like a gourd to me and not a shell. So I can't ever seem to find the place for it. I think it's going to end up in the trash can. So I take these little stickers that came with this, one of those kits that you get from Amazon when you buy other things, they stick stuff in there. And I just take the little curlicue shells and tuck them around in a couple of places. So I'm trying to figure out if I need more stuff. I'm going to put these sunglasses up here by the word sun, which I think is fitting. And I'm going through all the other things that I have pulled from my beach stash and my pool stash. And I just decided that I was pretty much done with the shells. Now this is the title of this page. And I think that it is super fitting as well, just as fitting as I'd like to teach the world to scrap in perfect harmony. And it says, what a great page. And I don't know where this sticker sheet came from. It's me and my big ideas. And I think the date on the back of it was 2001 or 2003. So I found that, and then another one that says, this is my favorite picture. And it wouldn't fit properly under the one of us being serious, but in all reality, the picture of us being goofy is just as much a favorite of mine because my family is just goofy. So I'm trying to figure out, there's some space on the bottom left and the bottom right where a bunch of the tree is still showing, and I'm okay with some of it, but I feel like it needs a little bit more. So I found these 2 seashells and tucked those in so it kind of covers the big pieces. So I'm going to put away all these things that I'm not using, and I'm getting out the blue Stickles because I really like them. And then I found these bronzy colored ones, and I thought that they would look really neat with that brown in the tree and stuff. But then I realized how thin and runny it is. Now it's really shiny and shimmery, but it is so runny. I feel like this would be better if it was like a filler, like filling in something, not as like a Stickles drop. So I just pitched that piece of paper that I was testing it out on, and I set those aside and decided I'm just going to use the blue. And I just put 3, which is the go-to number, I guess, in scrapbooking. I put 3 in 4 different spaces around the pictures. And I always like to do like the point towards the picture and then 2 further out. So it's kind of like a arrow pointing to the pictures. And then I'm trying to figure out if I need another color or something to add to that. So I get my Stickles out, and I only have about 5 good colors of Stickle brand. So I get the gold and put a couple, well, 3 more down on the right, and then 3 more down on the left between the 2 sets of pictures. And now I'm trying to make you dizzy by spinning the page around. So I am trying to figure out, there's still something missing because this page is not really just about the beach. It's mostly about the layouts. So I feel like it needs something that has some scrapbook qualities. And so I'm going to get my crop and style book out and dig through it, because I know I have scrapbook stickers and ephemera, and I have no clue where I've put them. So I would get my book out, and not on camera because I knew if I laid it down on there it would end up in the Stickles. So I get the camera out, my crop and style out, and I start looking through it, and I'm trying to find something that will be fitting. So I find these fabulous scissors that are just like an ephemera on cardstock, and I'm looking still to see if there's anything else because they seem kind of big. So I'm gonna tuck those in just a minute. See, I'm just looking, and I find, I think in the school supplies and stuff, I find a couple more little sheets of stickers, and they have some scissors on them too, and some pens and pencils and stuff like that. So I'm gonna fiddle for a minute or 2 and try and see if I find anything else. This is why I wanted to make sure I did this voiceover because I didn't want you all to have to sit there and watch me do nothing because you can't even see what I'm doing. So I tuck it in a couple of ways. And the first way, it kind of looks like eyeballs looking at you. So I didn't like that. So then I tilt it to the side, and I like this much better. And I fiddle with it for a while. But this right here, this layout, or this design with the scissors is what I like. So I'm trying to decide if I like it. I put the other ones away because they have pink scissors, which totally would not fit with anything. I'm pointing out how I want to put a world on there, but then I realized there's a world on the little thing. So this is coming to the end, and I've decided that I'm going to stick with this, and I may ink up around the scissors, but other than that, I am done. So I'm going to go and let you all have a great night. Happy scrapping.